Community Secretary Ms.Hazel Blears and Immigration Minister Byrne were talking to a committee of fellow parliamentarians inquiring into all aspects of community life in the UK.
Our levels of community cohesion in this country are extremely good. And I think that I certainly welcome the committee's inquiry into these very important issues, but I think that statement is just absolutely fundamental for us. The latest figures we've got is that 80% of people in this country feel that they get along well with their neighbours in their local neighbourhood. In fact, it just went up to 82% in the very final figures that we've got, and 75% of people feel a very strong sense of belonging to their local neighbourhood. So the context is that community cohesion is good. Within that, there are variations from, I think, 37% to 90%. So there's quite a big variation about how people feel locally. But there's only 10 areas that are below 60%. So that gives a fairly good picture across the country, that in most places, most people feel that their areas are pretty good in those terms. Having said that, I think it's absolutely right that this inquiry is taking place, because there are some communities that, because of the scale and pace of change that's taken place, are feeling the impact. And I think it's absolutely right that we acknowledge that, and that as a government and as local government, who have a key role here, we are preparing, planning, making sure that we meet that impact.
The Immigration Minister stressed the economic benefits of migrant workers.
When we think about questions of cohesion, I think it would be a mistake to neglect any reflection on the economic importance of migration to this country. We know that tensions can arise in places where there is poverty, and so the economic importance of migration has been something that's been positive in this country over the last 10 years. The evidence that we've got, on which we presented to the House of Lords, is that controlled migration has been good for productivity. It has therefore overall been good for wage and wage increases over the last 10 years. It's been good for taxes and for council taxes. And so the overall effect on the economy and in GDP per capita has been positive, and I think that's an important factor in the calculations.
I think it's absolutely vitally important that we as ministers acknowledge that there are concerns and uncertainties, and the change has been very fast, but the change is also global. It's not just this country that's experiencing this rate of change, it is the rest of Europe, it is many countries across the world, and therefore the challenge for us is to make sure that we are on top of it, that we're planning.
An important investigation into the benefits and concerns of diverse communities across the United Kingdom.
Some of the local authorities that we've visited seemed to have